Hi crafters, this is Raquel from Paints and Glitter, and I'm here with ScrapbookPal.com today and a collection from Pinkfresh Studio. This is the Darling Blushing Blooms collection. It does contain a set of stamps here, as you can see, and the sentiments say, "You make everything better, wishing you every happiness." Super pretty with these darling blooms here, as you can tell, and all of the greenery. And what's really neat about this is that the actual stems are separate from the flowers, so you can use them together or separately if you like. There are, of course, matching dies, and I love Pinkfresh Studio because they always come with the magnets included, and then you also get these beautiful samples on the back if you want to refer to them. Then there are matching stencils, and these will allow you to then place these pieces of acetate right on top of your stamped images and then color them in with small brushes that you can then use for the tiny little details and blending. Then lastly, there's also a press plate in this collection. I always get excited when they include these because I love using the press plates with my Spellbinders betterpress system. It leaves a really beautiful finish on your paper that looks very professional and really nice for you to either use your inks or any kind of blending, anything that you like to do with your inks, you'll be able to do with that as well. So what I'm going to do is I'll also have a blog post for you that you can refer to if you'd like to with this tutorial. And now I'm going to create a sample for you so that you can see how you can use these beautiful products. I'm going to begin by placing my betterpress plates right onto the platform here. I'll be using the black ink that you can get also for this. However, you can use a lot of different inks, just to let you know. And I'm also going to use some cold press 300 GSM weight watercolor card. Then I'm going to simply cover this in the black ink. This is a magnetic platform, so it's going to hold on to these plates very nicely, and just use a turning motion when you apply the ink. And also be sure to cut your paper according to the size of the plate. You have a guideline here, A7 or A2. I went ahead and used the A7 size, which is 5 inches by 7 inches. Now that this is saturated, you can take your paper and you have this little lid portion. So you can place this right on that layer and take some tacky adhesive, tack down your paper, place it on your platform, and holding this by the handle, pick it up, run it through your machine. You can now lift this up gently, and you will have transferred that image very beautifully. It's perfect almost every single time. You can see how easy it is to use this system. I've selected a variety of inks, and I'm going to be coloring my little flowers and images using the stencils. These stencils come with numbers on the top left-hand corner, so it will allow you to see which color you can use with each one. For instance, if you want to start out with the lighter color, you can start out with stencil number 1. Once you have your placement, you can tack that down with a magnet or 2. I'll be using bubblegum as the first color, and these remind me of peonies that I have in my yard, so I thought this would be a pretty color combination. Now remove this stencil and move on to stencil number 2. I'll be using Raspberry Bliss. For the third stencil, now I can start introducing some greens for the foliage. And I'm also going to be using some marigold for the centers. Using a smaller detail brush from Nuvo. There are several options on the page, so I'll go ahead and list that for you. I'll be using Grassy Knoll for the greenery. For the last stencil, which is a little more detailed and also includes some greenery, I'll be using the darkest of the greens. This is called Lush Forest. I wanted to quickly show you that you don't always have to have the full intensity of a color. For instance, I'm going to revisit these little flowers with the bubblegum ink, which was what I used with the very first stencil, and it's also the lightest ink. And this time around, I'm just applying it in a circular motion rather than pouncing it as I had done before. And this is the same ink I've used over here. Just tapping it very lightly and then using a circular motion again for a very light blend. Remember, this is watercolor card, so it'll blend very nicely with a really gentle touch. Applying it in the same fashion, and here's the results. Much lighter than what you see here, which was when I pounced the ink right onto that stencil. You can now use your matching dyes, and what's wonderful about Pinkfresh Studio is that they do all the work for you. You don't have to guess as to which dye matches which image because they're all connected. And then they're evenly dispersed about your paper. You can die cut these using your Spellbinders machine. To finish this card, I'm actually going to be using some standalone cuts from the dotted fancy frames. I've cut this out a couple of times here, and I'm also going to use some sky blue ink to color one of these smaller pieces. And this is going to go on the inside of the card, but I wanted it to have a little bit of a shadow in the center for the sentiment that I'll be applying on it. It's okay if it goes around the edges as well. I have a top folding card that's 4 1/2 by 5 1/2, and it can easily fit on a 5 by 7 envelope. But here are the frames that I've cut. As you can tell, there are a number of combinations of dies that you can use, and these are the largest, and then I did use that second die to cut an aperture into the center here. So I'm going to also color this with the sky blue ink just along the edges of the inner portion here. And of course you can use a different mat, but this is a glass mat, so I just have a little bit of ink around the perimeter here. It's quite soft. You add as much or as little as you like toward the center. Start off really soft. And apply more as needed. And I think that's plenty. You can now adhere these frames to the inside, as I've done here for the sentiment. And as you can tell, it's just a nice and subtle there. And then for the outside, I'm going to start with the larger panel. I'm using Nouveau Deluxe adhesive, so I don't need a whole lot. I'm going to place the little frame right on top of the larger one. So I'm just going to begin applying adhesive on these pieces. This one got a little bit torn with the tape that I use, but I'm still going to use it because I'll be able to hide that one little portion behind another flower. So not everything is lost when that happens. Just try to take the prettier blooms and place those on front. I'm going to double up the foam adhesive here. So what I'm doing is cutting this in half, and this is going to be for this sentiment that I'm going to apply on the back here. So I have to take the little covering off first. Okay. And then use the tweezers, and this is going to be the most fiddly part of this card, but I just wanted to double that up so that it could stand as high as the flowers, and that way I can apply this. Okay, once I have that where I want that, apply a little more adhesive and then place this centered here. It's going to overlap some of the flowers, but now it has the height that I need. Using a little bud for the inside that I have layered with a stem. This is just going to go here to adorn the inside of this card. Then the last thing that I'm going to do is use these blush colored gems from Pinkfresh Studio. And this is going to give this the final touch. So that little bit of shine completes my card. I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget that I have a blog post at the ScrapbookPal.com blog page, and there's also a giveaway this month that you're probably going to want to enter so that you can win a Spellbinders machine, a Platinum 6, I believe. So take a peek at that while you're on the page. There are links below for all of the products that you've seen today. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more beautiful videos from the entire design team and awesome products that you can find at ScrapbookPal.com. This has been a lot of fun to work with, and I think these are absolutely gorgeous. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and as I always say, I hope that you can be inspired and be blessed, and I thank you so much for watching.